to understand them. That doesn't mean that those things are necessarily intelligent or have had intelligence. It just means that we're able to describe them, right? In the same way that letters have no meaning until we assign them letters or assign them meaning. Because I feel like you're going with DNA is a code written by God. Is that where you're going?
Well,
if they're calling it a code, and the fundamental nature of a code is something that is made by an intelligent source, right? You can't write a book, right? When you write a book, you're basically writing code onto paper.
Yeah, you're writing a language. But DNA isn't a
DNA is not a language. DNA is a
language.
Well, it's a complex acid that we wanted to know about, and so we assigned characters to be able to describe the different components of that acid, so that we can better be able to understand it. We created meaning to describe that thing. It did not have that before we described, like, that's like us describing gravity. Gravity was there. That's fantastic. And we didn't know about it. We didn't have to know about it. Gravity is gravity. But when we assigned, we created meaning to describe that thing. It did not have that before we described, like, that's like us describing gravity. Gravity was there. That's fantastic. And we didn't know about it. We didn't have to know about it. Gravity is gravity. But when we assigned, the words and the description, we created the theory that describes gravity. That's not when it started. That just is when we began to learn more about it.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Pluto didn't change from a planet to a dwarf planet because the physical attributes of Pluto changed. The way that we describe it changed.
Yeah. So
we're arbitrarily putting characters to these acids, right? So that we can even try to attempt the language of DNA, right?
No.
DNA does not have language, Victor.
DNA is not a language.
Yeah, DNA is not language.
We're not trying to understand the language of salt, but we call it sodium nitrate, which is a series of characters that describe it.
I eat sodium chloride. I don't know about you, Jim.
Yep, sodium chloride. Holy.
Maybe that's why you wear the same thing. You've been eating sodium nitrate.
I think I would be dead if I ate sodium nitrate.
Okay. Sorry,
Right?
Victor, we're talking over you.
Yeah.
Do you get the point that we're trying to make, or I don't want to retread it over and over if you're kind of following
saying
us.
that, like, we're arbitrarily putting characters on these acids, and just because we arbitrarily put them on, it doesn't mean that it's a code.
Well, no.
Right?
Well,
so there's a difference between code and language, right?
Yeah,
so language is, I can tell Jamie I want to go get a sub after this show, and we could drive out and go get a sandwich, right?
Do you want to get a sandwich?
I'm super down to get a sandwich after the show.
We'll do that.
But I could not use that. I could not do that in acid, right? And if I did, then that would still be arbitrary.
Well, no, because that's a terrible medium to try to do that in, right?
Absolutely.
You need a good medium.
Yeah.
Right?
So when you call the complex parts of deoxyribonucleic acid a language, I don't think of that as a